stuff as part of this program. So, but you have a limited time. That's a big challenge. You all, first of all, must understand. Plenty of resource will be shared, but you have to somehow, make them easily accessible to you. You save all the Excel template, whatever resource we share in a proper folder, so that no, it will come and help you whenever required. You will be able to access it, right? So, all right. So now I'm just continuing with my presentations. This DPMO calculation you have understood, and with
Yes.
the help of the Excel template, you can handle any situation.
Yes.
All right. You can calculate DPMO,
Yes,
convert
sir.
that into, yeah, convert that into sigma level and convert that into yield. All possibilities are there. Okay. See, here is a conversion table I want you to be aware of. This is available in internet also. It simply, converts your sigma level into DPMO and DPMO into yield. You know what is yield? The probability of success. Yield is nothing but the probability of success. See here, when the sigma level is 6, what is your DPMO?
3.4.
3.4. And the probability of success or the yield is 99.999. As the sigma level drops, DPMO increases, yield also decreases, right? So this is the relationship, and we move on. You already understood the difference between defect and defectives. Defectives refers to the rejected parts. However, defects refers to the non-conformances that are present in your product, so that you can rework on those non-conformances and make your products acceptable, right? So that's the basic difference between defects and defectives. This is applicable to any kind of product and any kind of service. Everything depends on your ability to identify all the CTQs. What are CTQs? Critical to quality characteristics. The measurable metrics that can indicate your performance with respect to each of the customer requirement. Okay, we'll do this exercise a little later. So now that what is your understanding so far? Six Sigma means near perfect performance. The yield will be close to 100%. The failure rate will be close to 0%. In terms of DPMO, it will be lesser than or equal to 3.4. That means Six Sigma is a measure of your process capability. You can also call it as process effectiveness. What is effectiveness? The ability of your process to produce defect-free outputs, or the ability of a manufacturing process to produce defect-free products, or the ability of your service process to produce error-free services. Such processes are known as effective process. All of you, do you understand what is the meaning of effectiveness? We conduct the training program and then we give an exam and all of you clear the exam. That means the training is effective. If none of you are able to clear the exam, everybody is struggling to pass the exam, then what does it mean? The training is not effective. That means the requirements are unmet. So Six Sigma is a measure of process effectiveness. By all means, we are trying to eliminate the defects. We are trying to reduce the defects. And finally, we are trying to prevent the defects. Whether your objective is reducing the defects or eliminating the defects or preventing the defects, the approach is known as a Six Sigma approach. All of you do understand what is a Six Sigma approach?
Eliminating
Any
the
improvement, yeah, any improvement that is focusing on reduction, elimination, or prevention of defects, such improvement initiative can be brought under the umbrella of Six Sigma. Because we want the users, we want the customers to have a defect-free experience with our products, with our services. Always the experience is pleasant. So the keywords for Six Sigma are now very, very clear, right? Defect reduction,
yes.
measure of process effectiveness,
Elimination
and
of
doing things right at the first time, In terms of DPMO, it is lesser than or equal to 3.4. In terms of yield, it is 99.999%. All right. And it is actually the measure of process effectiveness, ability to do things right at the first time. So that is Six Sigma. Now I want you to understand another important approach known as lean. See, in Six Sigma, we were trying to prevent the defects. If I prevent the defects, then the percentage of acceptable outputs will increase or decrease?
Increase.
Will increase. That means my objective is producing more output for a given set of input. That is Six Sigma. Clear? Producing more from the given set of inputs, or the inputs are generally called as resources. The inputs are nothing but resources, isn't it? Now let us think in another manner. For a particular amount of output, can we optimize the resources? What is optimizing the resources? You
Like
have to right size the resources.
more,
Optimizing is nothing but
more.
providing the resources in the right quantity. That is known as optimization, right sizing the resource. One important principle of lean is right sizing the resource. Imagine you consume your breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the right quantity. What will happen to your health? Your health will improve or fall down?
Improve.
Improve. You're not under consuming anything because your body needs, the proteins, the carbohydrates, minerals, etc. So you are not under consuming any resource. At the same time, you are not over consuming. You eat more, then what will happen? All of them will get converted into fat. And the excessive fat will slowly bring all other diseases. Yes or no?
Yes.
That means lean has got something to do with optimizing your resources so that, no, optimizing your resources without compromising on the quality of your output, without compromising on your, what you call the health level. If you could optimize your resource consumption, that is known as lean approach. So excessive consumption of resources or consuming the resources in wrong quantity are known as waste. All of you agree with me? Excessive consumption of resources or consuming the resources in wrong quantity. You don't take sufficient amount of resource, or you sometimes you take excessive amount of resource. Both are harmful, both are problematic. One big secret behind the reaching optimum health is consumption of food in the right quantity, right? That is, that actually indirectly causes all other harmfulness to the health. All right. So in lean, we focus on optimizing the input. Many people misunderstand lean by saying that it is reducing the resource. Reducing the resource is not the right statement. It is not always reducing. We want to provide the resources not in less quantity or not in huge quantity, but in right quantity. So this principle is known as what? Right sizing the resources. Sometimes it is also known as JIT, just in time. What is just in time? We provide the needed resources only in the needed quantity, only at the needed time, so that the item gets produced only if there is an order. That is known as just in time. This is something like you sit in the dining table and then a fresh breakfast is prepared and then served just in time. Same manner, our manufacturing processes should also happen. The service processes should also happen. Otherwise, it will lead to excessive consumption of resources. Excessive consumption of resources is known as inefficiency. Am I right? Excessive consumption of resources is known as inefficiency. While making sure the effectiveness doesn't drop, it is equally important to make sure the efficiency goes up. All of you agree with me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
See, one side customer satisfaction, other side your efficiency of operation. If you are not staying efficient, tell me how will you make a thick profit? Your customers are happy, but still your business is under loss. Are you running the business properly? You keep all your customers extremely happy,
No, 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 no.
but your business is under loss. That means you have achieved the desired level of quality, but in terms of productivity, you're not up to the mark. Do you understand? So productivity essentially means efficiency. Both are important. Quality is also important. Productivity is also important. So just in time is an approach to enhance our productivity according to the lean. One important pillar of the lean methodology is just in time. Another important pillar is monitoring. Another important pillar is monitoring. Why should we monitor? Otherwise, we may lose the effectiveness, isn't it? Visualization. You have to visualize everything. You have to monitor everything, whether the plan is getting implemented properly or not. Whenever there is a deviation, then the entire system will be stopped and some correction will happen, and then we proceed again. This is known as jidoka. These are Japanese words. Earlier I told just in time. What is the meaning of just in time? Right
Time.
sizing the resources. Provide the resources only in the needed quantity. If you are going inside a restaurant and you only have 100 rupees in your packet and you have to order your breakfast, will you order wisely now?
No, as per our requirements, within
Yeah,
100
as per, no, you can't go simply, you can't order everything that you want because how
Yes.
much you have in your
What
packet?
you have money, that based on
Yeah,
that.
you have, see, 100 rupees, yes, breakfast is possible,
Within the 100
right?
rupees, you have to manage. Maybe
Yeah.
within
So
the,
you will make sure you order the right food, right? Don't waste anything while consuming the food and all that. You automatically, you will become more efficient because the main reason is you have only the needed resources. You don't have 5,000 rupees in your pocket. You only have 100 rupees in your pocket. So this is the idea behind just in time. No excessive inventory. Whether it is raw material or a finished product, everything is only in the needed quantity. If the inventory levels are zero, then you are creating the ideal just-in-time scenario. On the other side is jidoka. Jidoka means monitoring, visualizing, and detecting any abnormality. The system automatically will detect an abnormality and then stop. Suppose if your car door is not closed properly. Nowadays, the latest cars will not allow you to start the engine. Because if it allows you to start the engine, what will you do? You start the car and then start driving, isn't it? And then you will drive it at 100 km speed. When you drive it at 100 km speed, the door which was not closed properly can suddenly open and can lead to some big accidents. Yes or no?
yes.
So it is better to detect abnormality and stop the entire system so that some human intervention can happen to correct the abnormality, or the system can correct it automatically. This ideology is known as Jidoka. All of you understand? Jidoka. These are the two important principles, pillars of the production system known as Toyota production system. It is the Toyota production system. Today, we call it as lean system or lean management, methodology. So I have talked about pillars. One pillar is left side, just in time. The right side,
Monitoring.
Jidoka.
Ah.
You need to remember. Just in time, JIT. And this side is Jidoka, Jidoka. Do everything to reach just in time. Do everything to reach just in time. Do everything to, achieve the Jidoka. I mean, everything should get visualized. Everything should get monitored. Think, see, suppose you yourself don't work properly. You should come to know that, you are not working properly. Do you have such systems in place right now in your workplace? Are you monitoring yourself properly? Isn't it? We can easily ask this question, isn't it? But if we have answers, then you will definitely be able to develop monitoring mechanisms, monitoring systems, monitoring metrics at individual level, at team level, at department level, at organization level, even at the enterprise level. Am I right? All right. So these are the two pillars and the foundation. You know what is at the foundation? The foundation is believing in the process. Don't believe people, rather believe process. This is the foundation, foundational requirement, essential requirement. Every organization should rely on the process capability, not on the people's capability. Of course, when you start a company, a one-person company, a proprietorship company, yes, everything, the organization depends on the person's ability. But you can't continue the same thing for, decades and centuries, isn't it? You have to change. The dependence on the people should drop and dependence on the process should increase. At the same time, all your process should actually become more and more effective and more efficient. All of you understand my point? And this is called, process approach. Foundation, the foundational requirement, any organization should obviously move from people-centric to process-centric. And those processes should be continually improved. This also, hope all of you will agree with me. Those processes should be continually improved. Continuous improvement philosophy. Nothing, is final. So we keep on improving. Why we should keep on improving? Then only our organization will keep on growing. If you don't improve at the process level, at the organization level, there will not be any growth. And then wherever needed, you must standardize the process. Wherever needed, you must standardize. Once certain areas you feel you have reached the optimum, further improvement is not required, or you have reached the peak, there you standardize. Until then, your process will be going through the cycle of continuous improvement. In continuous improvement in Japanese language is known as Kaizen. So what are the three foundational approaches I mentioned? Process
Just in time,
approach.
JIT.
No,
Jiduka.
they are pillars. See, I clearly told you. One, JIT is pillar.
Okay.
One
Production.
pillar. Another pillar is Jidoka. And the foundation is process, continuous improvement, standardization. Process, continuous improvement, standardization. So you need some foundational tools, and then you need to build upon the foundation. In order to building upon the foundation means you focus on improving the effectiveness, and then you focus on improving the efficiency. So gradually your organization will become operationally excellent. Gradually your organization will become operationally excellent. That means your customer gets what they want. At the same time, your organization will be running on a very thick profit. If the profit is thick, you know what will happen? All the challenges, you will be able to manage very easily. You can pay your employees well. You can invest your profit, in again back into the business. Allot proper budget for the R&D, everything. So what will happen? Your market share can go up. All these kind of big results you will be able to see on the roof of the building. I mean, on the roof of the Toyota production system. Can you imagine something like a house? There is a foundation, there are pillars on the left and right, and then there is a roof. On the roof, what kind of results you get? Customer satisfaction, market share, your profit, employee morale, isn't it? Your organization's growth, all that you will see on the roof. But how all these results are coming? From the foundation and because of the pillars, isn't it? The foundation is process, standardization, continuous improvement, right? And one pillar is just in time, other pillar is Jidoka. Just in time means right sizing the resource. Jidoka means monitoring and controlling the abnormalities. Monitoring and controlling the abnormality will ensure quality in your system. Just in time will continually improve the productivity in your system. Controlling the defects will ensure defect-free products only reaches the market. Yes or no? Only defect-free product will reach the market. And as a result, at the same time, if you improve on the efficiency, your operating cost will come down. So operating cost going down one side and profit maximizing on the other side. So these kind of results are, desperately needed in any company. Desperately needed in any company. So we call it bottom line growth. So any initiative that is focusing on optimizing the resources or improving the efficiency is known as a lean initiative. Clear, all of you? So what is a lean approach? Our focus is on the efficiency. We are trying to optimize the consumption of the resources, consume less, but no compromise on quality. That's a good idea, isn't it? This is known as lean. All of you, do you understand the difference between Six Sigma and lean? Six Sigma focus on the quality of the output. Lean focus on the consumption of the input. But one should not happen at the expense of the other. Output quality, you should not simply focus on improving the quality of the output by spoiling the efficiency. That is not the idea of Six Sigma. You have to understand the definition properly. In Six Sigma, we focus on enhancing the output quality or enhancing the effectiveness without losing the efficiency. In lean, we are trying to enhance the efficiency without losing the effectiveness. All of you agree? Clear with me? Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
And now, let's just finish up this slide and then we'll proceed for the lunch. See here, you might have seen these kind of recharge coupons some 10 years before. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, yes.
But why are we not using all the same recharge cards nowadays?
Now it is taken over by online recharge.
Yeah.
Now it
Online
is upgraded.
upgrade.
Yeah, because as a
Technology change.
customer, what do you want from the recharge card? You only need those digit numbers, isn't it? Some 14-digit number.
Yes.
Once you put that number, your phone is recharged. And after that, what do you do with this card?
Throw
You
away.
just recollect.
Throw
You
it.
just throw it under the dustbin, isn't it?
Yes.
So that means printing of the card is a wasteful activity. We didn't realize that time because customer values only the number. They just scratch out and get the number and then immediately throw everything onto the dustbin. Customer doesn't want these cards to be printed. But organization did not realize earlier, right? Customer requirement is not properly drilled down. And nowadays we don't print. The whole printing of the recharge cards is a wasteful activity. We are not doing it right now. Since you are not printing, you don't have to transport all of them, isn't it?
Yes.
So whatever that is not value adding to the customer should immediately be considered a waste. In Japanese language, they call it muda. Anything that customer do not want, but you still provide it. What you provide is waste. See, if something comes and if some component or some element comes under the banner of waste, you cannot charge your customer for that. Am I right?
Hmm.
You see, you can't say, sir, the card printing, is very costlier. So you have to pay extra 50 rupees for the printing of the card. Tell me which customer will be interested in paying for the printing of the card.
No.
I don't even need that card. You give only the number. I will pay only for the recharge amount, not for all your administrative charges and all your printing of the cards. So anything that is not adding value in the eyes of the customer should be considered a waste or can be called as non-value adding activities. In Japanese language, the same is known as muda. I'll give a very layman definition of what is non-value adding activity or what is waste. Any piece of work or any element of work you do for which you cannot charge your customer, then that piece of work, what you have done is a waste. If the element of work you can't include in the invoice, then that element of work is a waste. All of you agree with me?
Yes, yes.
So transportation of the cards is a wasteful activity. And keeping stock of the raw material, keeping stock of the finished product, keeping a big stock of work in progress, all of them in general known as inventory. Can you charge your customer for inventory because you incur an inventory carrying cost? Can you charge your customer?
No. No.
So that means that is also a waste. Inventory is a waste. Transportation is a waste. And like transportation. Transportation means moving from one place to other place. That is transportation. See, right now, the training program, all of you attend the training program at the comfort of your home and office, isn't it?
Yes.
If all of us have to move to a common place, then we all will certainly incur transportation loss. I mean, transportation cost, which is actually a waste. And that is how, the online training has started dominating. Nowadays, the classroom sessions are very minimal. All right. So, but movement within a place is known as motion. Movement from one place to other place is known as transportation, but movement within a place. Imagine you as a chef preparing sandwiches in a kitchen which is completely unorganized, and the ingredients required to make the sandwich are not only available in the kitchen. Some of them are available in the hall, some of them are available in the bedroom, and now you have to go everywhere to pick up the ingredient, and finally you have to make the sandwich. Tell me, will you be able to do your job comfortably?
No, no, no.
You have to run, between every corner of your house to make sandwiches. If you have to make 100 sandwiches or 50 sandwiches, after making 2 or 3, you will fall down. Isn't it? So here, what is the problem you notice here? Workplace is poorly organized. The layout is bad, and the workplace is completely unorganized. Can you see that? That's
Yes.
why, you organizing the workplace to suit the operator is very, very important. Even you have to think in terms of the ergonomics. If the items are placed far away from the worker, then he has to move excessively. Yes or no? If the item is placed below, then operator have to bend down. Bending down is a movement. Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you think in a way that the bending of the operator can be avoided? Keeping certain items above the head, above the reach of the operator. Now he has to, move up to get certain item. Even the eyeball moving left and right, that is also a motion. Am I right?
Yes.
You have to think in this manner so that, you can minimize the motion required to be put in by the operator. If you minimize the motion required to be put in by the operator, what will happen to your productivity?
Increases.
It will go up, isn't it? He can produce more parts, more units. He can produce in less time because the movement required is less. Because by making the people move, he will become tired, and something known as fatigue will happen. You know what is fatigue? He will quickly get tired, and then you will lose the productivity. So motion is another form of waste. All of you agree with me?
Yes. 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 Yes.
And another form of waste is overproduction. See here, so many sandwiches are made. Sandwiches are made for 50 people, but only 10 of your friends came to your house. Now, how many the extra sandwiches you produced is a waste, isn't it? Because there are no takers. You invited 50 people, but finally, how many turned up? Only 10. So the extra 40 sandwiches you produced will become a waste. All of you agree with me? This is known as waste of overproduction. Producing more than the demand. Why did you produce more than the demand? Poor forecasting. You simply assume, you invited 50 friends, so all 50 will come. Do you think if you invite 50 people, all 50 will come?
No.
No.
Estimated.
Somehow you must have made a confirmatory call, isn't it?
Estimated.
Yeah, you should make a confirmation call and then work on confirmed orders. Can you slowly transform your organization to a level that they will work only on confirmed orders? You will be able to eliminate a waste known as overproduction. All of you understand what are the point of overproduction?
Yeah.
Overproduction is not only producing more in the numbers, producing earlier is also a overproduction. If your friends are expected to come in the evening, 6 o'clock, and you produce all the sandwiches in the afternoon itself, 2 o'clock itself, that is also an example of overproduction, which you are not supposed to, isn't it? Because they are expected at 6 o'clock. What is stopping you from making all the sandwiches by 5 o'clock or 5:30? Why are you producing them at 2 o'clock? Because if you produce at 2 o'clock, now you have to allot a place. All of them will become inventory. You have to store them. Probably you may have to reheat them. We don't know. All those, no extra work will start happening if you produce earlier. So one waste will be causing the other waste. And the most dangerous form of waste is waste of overproduction. Hope all of you understand the meaning of overproduction. And here in this picture, you see people waiting. If people are waiting for 1 hour, what will happen after 1 hour? Tell me. If people are waiting for 1 hour, or the machineries are remaining idle for 1 hour, or all the raw material remain idle for 10 days, all the managers, the top leaders in the organization, they are idle for 3 hours every day. What will happen because of these forms of waiting? Anything will happen?
Time waste.
Nothing happens. It will only add up to the cost and you don't get any progress. Yes or no? So waiting in any format is a waste. Raw material waiting in the warehouse or machineries are waiting. If you poorly balance the line, let's say one machine has to produce the parts, then only the other machine can be run. And now the previous machine is very slow. It is not producing the units in the same pace of the next machine. Now the next machine has to be stopped very frequently. By stopping a machine, we incur a waste known as waiting. All right. And then this is like a coffee in a mug. And there are about 8 to 10 sugar cubes are available. I put all 8 to 10 sugar cubes inside the mug. How many of you will, accept the coffee now? If I put all the sugar cubes inside,
No
will
one.
it taste?
No.
Yeah, no one. Customer needs sugar cubes, but a specification is available. Whenever specifications are clear, you must follow the specification. You don't have to impress anyone beyond the specification. Wherever specifications are available and made very, very clear, you should not go beyond the spec. It instead of enhancing the satisfaction, sometimes it may lead to dissatisfaction. Sometimes it may affect your productivity, right? So we should never do that. For example, car painting. According to the spec, there are 3 coatings required. 3 coating is done. Now the painter is going for the 4th coating. Now that becomes a case of over processing. Yes or no? Surface finish, a certain level of microns is required, and you go beyond that, and that again becomes a case of over processing. Over processing is also a form of inefficiency, is also known as a muda or a waste. And finally, defects, which we discussed under Six Sigma, is also considered a waste in lean. That's why I told you, if you are focusing on effectiveness, don't compromise on efficiency. If you are focusing on efficiency, you're not supposed to compromise on effectiveness. Both of them will go hand in hand. One will complement other. Wherever Six Sigma is implemented, lean can be implemented easily. Wherever lean is implemented, Six Sigma can be implemented easily. So that's why lean and Six Sigma got integrated from the year 2000 onwards. Though lean is born in 1960s under the name of Toyota Production System, but later on, it was renamed as Lean. The Toyota Production System was renamed as Lean. But year 2000 onwards, Lean and Six Sigma got integrated. All the implementations were happening as a Lean Six Sigma implementation. That's why the program name also now it's a Lean Six Sigma program. You can see plenty of books with the heading Lean Six Sigma. Though the approach is born separately, year 2000 onwards, it got integrated. So whatever we discussed right now are nothing but the 7 classical waste that may exist in any business process. What are the waste? Transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, and finally, defects. Do you understand, all of you? The 7 waste. I'll just put the first letters. T means transportation, I means inventory, M means motion. This is waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects. You can easily remember the 7 waste using the word Tim Wood, right? And identifying or visualizing and eliminating all these wasteful activities, wasteful element from our business process and from our system is known as a lean approach or lean management. All right. Certain, if the waste is eliminatable, please eliminate. If elimination is not possible, you must focus on reducing it. Certain waste, no, will be part of your process. You can't eliminate. In such a case, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to reduce them. But wherever elimination is possible, please eliminate. This is known as lean approach. All of you are clear what is lean? How it is different from Six Sigma? So Six Sigma, the focus is on effectiveness. Lean, the focus is on efficiency, isn't it? We eliminate waste in lean. We try to eliminate defects in Six Sigma. All right. So these 7 waste are actually introduced by Japanese quality guru known as Taichi Ono. Taichi Ono. He is actually part of the Toyota production system within Toyota. So he is known as father of Toyota production system, Taichi Ono. So I'll show his image and all in the upcoming slides. So hope all of you have clearly understood what Six Sigma is and what lean is. Hereafter, there has to be a clear, boundary between lean and Six Sigma. You can't, you should not mix up things. Eliminating defect is Six Sigma. Eliminating waste is lean.
Lean.
You know what is a defect? Defect means non-conformance. You know what is a waste? What is a waste? A form of inefficiency or non-value adding or an element of work for which you cannot charge your customer. They're all known as waste. So defects we must eliminate, waste also we must eliminate. If elimination is not possible, we must at least reduce them. This is known as improvement. Okay, I should stop here so that we all can go for the break, lunch break, and then we can assemble back.